Under the covers time, gents. Cover me up, cover me bad, run for cover, here come the covers. Between the covers, duck for cover, oh, you've got me covered. Covers, I like covers. First on today's covers spotlight video, 5 good comic book covers, is Chow's War Avengers number 3, Wallace Gromit cover featuring this team of Avengers, all of whom were dead and came back to life in this crossover that I have wanted to review since I started the channel, but I'm also afraid to because I reckon them videos will be insufferably long. We have each character's face and half of it is a skull because of them being dead and that. Love this cover, and what is pretty interesting is that all of these, except for Division, they are still dead and they have stayed dead, even though at least 2 of them were meant to come back to life at the end of this crossover. But Tom Beaver is a cut. Excalibur number 3 by David Allens. I have some not very positive thoughts on David Allens and his modern work, but I do think he is a brilliant penciler, and he just unfortunately became BFFs with an inker who doesn't do a great service to his work. This is before that, and I love this cover. David Allens, he always had a good comedic approach to some covers, and this is one. It's meant to be Captain Britain versus Juggernaut, and he has gone the direction of showing the aftermath of said fight, which is Captain Britain stomped all over easily as Juggernaut just walks off not bothered. Nothing as fun as this happens in the issue, but I still think it is a great cover. This one is Marvel Universe The End, or The End Marvel is what it says on the cover, and Thanius The End is what I call it, because that is what the trade paperback I had was called, and this was the front cover to that trade, which I read so much that it fell apart. I love this series, and I think there is some nostalgia maybe involved. But we have Jim Starman art, and Jim Starman is not the greatest artist of all time, and the art itself isn't perfect if you want to pick it apart. But the composition and the design and the layout and the idea and above all else the effort that he puts into this cover is flawless. That's what I like about Jim Starman and this series in particular. It's hard to describe, but I love that he did this, and I think it succeeds because he did. Now we have Gargoyle, L is Earth, issue 4. And this cover is one of them images I praise, where this is the definitive image for me. This is the picture you want in a DC encyclopedia or on this character's Wikipedia page. We have both halves of Gargoyle, Isaac Christians, and then Gargoyle, and then their shadows reflecting their actual relationship. Gargoyle is evil, and he has Isaac chained and all bound up like Wonder Woman. Early in this channel's existence, I tried doing a bunch of Gargoyle reviews because I love this character, but them videos never really connected with people, and one of my things was I challenged the viewer to guess what my favourite book or run where this character was, because I was confident they would never get it, and nobody ever did, because the answer is this one, Gargoyle, L is Earth. This is Death Metal, The Last 52. I quite like that name as well, The Last 52. I think it's good. This is The Last 52, and we all know I am a big fan of in the big crossover stories when we get the cover of all the heroes flying towards you, and this is Death Metal's contribution. This is by Sodom and Dan Mora, and I am proud of that name. Sodom and Dan Mora, that is clever. That is proper clever, that. Give this video a like just for that name. That and The Last 52, this really is the cover for the best names. I would say the placement of the title, unfortunately, isn't great, as it blocks off some of the image. But I love this, and since Death Metal is like the finale to DC Comics for us, it's nice to go out with a cover like this. Plus, I just love the Death Metal Superman design. The mullet, it's my 90s Superman fanboy spot in just the right way. That was 5 good comic book covers. And this one was heavily weighted towards more modern comics. Or what I consider modern comics anyway. 3 from the last decade, 4 from the last 20 years. Which ones did you like? All of them add up, they're all good covers. Which ones didn't you care for? None of them add up, they're all good covers. Can you help by putting into words what I mean about Jim Starman's art? He is not Jorge Perez, but like he has worked with Jorge Perez, he has worked with Ron Lee, and this is like he wants to do something like they did on Affinity Gauntlets, because he wants to have this story that is his baby. I consider this his magnum opus. Again, nostalgia maybe speaking there. Do you have any covers you really, really love that maybe don't get the love they deserve? Say so down below, because maybe I own them and can feature them on a future 5 good comic book covers video. I rate this comics 7 thumbs up.